Hey there, Big Brother fans. It is still Tuesday. It is still August 1st. And here I am again. Now it's Tuesday evening. And this is my third little podcast of the day. Why? Well, first I'm out walking my dog. And I have some time. And second, more stuff has happened since this afternoon when I did my last one. So first of all, just to recap briefly, this morning on my drive to work, I did about a 20-some minute little podcast talking about each house guest, giving you their names, their age, and basic, very, very basic brief information. This afternoon, or shortly after noon for about 1 o'clock Eastern time for me, I did a very brief one where I mentioned the fact that the feeds are going to be live for free on Pluto TV, and I talked about that. So you can go back and listen to that one if you want to hear more details on that. But then, since then, this afternoon, they dropped tons of house tours, or versions of house tours, right? All the outlets have different bits and pieces. Entertainment Tonight dropped one. Entertainment Weekly dropped one. CBS Paramount Press Express, which is kind of the poor man's reporters access thing. It's where they're nice enough to give me access, and if they're going to give me access, they'll give almost anybody access, right? So they gave me, you get access to download their images and some stuff, and they had a video of Julie doing a mini, talking about the house guests, so that came out. So more stuff came out. Now, did we learn anything major? Not a whole lot. Well, we learned some, and we were confused about some. First of all, the major stuff came out in the Entertainment Tonight tour, which was posted on YouTube. I posted it. Other people have posted it. It was also on Entertainment Tonight's website someplace or other, but you can find it linked out there. It's about 8 minutes long. Julie gives the tour herself, by herself. Although I did think I spotted Alison Grodner in one of the mirrors, but whatever. She talks about all the rooms. She talks about the lightning bolts, and so they're doing the theme here, as she explained it, or maybe she explained it earlier in the morning, was the multiverse, right? I think I already talked about this in the other ones. So they got this whole multiverse theme going here, but Julie did explain a little bit more. She said anytime you cross over the lightning marks and stuff, you're going into a different multiverse, whatever. Again, it's all gimmicky. It's all being done just, it's talking points, and they'll forget about it probably soon enough. A week or two in, it'll just be background noise. Maybe they'll bring it up in competitions, but it won't have a huge impact on the game, in my opinion. Could be wrong. I'll be fine if I'm wrong. But she gives the tour, shows us all the different rooms. There's a comic room. There's an insane asylum room. There is a upside down room. Those are the three main bedrooms. And then there is the have-not room, which is the one that has the hot dog in it, the cheese, the slice of cheese, or the wedge of cheese. It has a bed suspended from wires, which is kind of like puppet on a string kind of a thing. And then it has a little doggy bed, or a pet bed of some kind. I would say dog, but it could be a cat, I suppose, if it's a really big cat, that you can sleep in. So those are the 4 sleeping accommodations in the have-not room. And then to exit the have-not room, you have to crank a thing and kick yourself in the butt. I think I did talk about that earlier too, in my last one. So, but this tour was a bit more extensive, covered a bit more in a bit more detail. One of the things that some people noticed is the number of beds. All right, so in the number of beds, there was 4 in the 3. There was 4 in the have-not room. There was 4 in the upside down room. There was 4 in the comic room, and there was at least 5, and some said maybe 6 in the asylum room. That's different. That's more than they really need. That adds up to 17. There's only 16 house guests. So why is that? And we're not including the head of household room, right? So what's going on there? That leads to speculation. Now, it may be nothing, by the way. Let's preface this with, there have been times where what they have shown in the previews hasn't been what ends up being on the inside. They may have pulled out a bed but it looked better to have the bed where it looked for the purposes of the camera shots and stuff. They may remove a bed. There may only be 4 beds in the insane asylum room, or maybe there may be some other purpose. So we don't know for sure. So don't read everything into it. But let's just, for the sake of discussion, say that, well, what does that mean? Might they be bringing back more than the 16 that they've showed us, or might they be bringing back like maybe Danielle or Frankie or Brittany, or more than one of them somehow spend some time in the house, whether they have a chance to play the game or not, even though they said all new, okay? But maybe they just bring them in to hang out for the first couple of weeks or first couple of days or some amount. I don't know. If they're willing to pay them enough, they might say, yeah, I'll hang out and kind of be a coach and kind of help them get through the rigs. Or maybe there's this whole pink and blue thing. Maybe one of them will be with the pink and one of them will be the blue. And then maybe after a few weeks, they'll be allowed to join the game, which is how they did it with the coaches season, if you recall. We don't know. And they may not have anything to do with it. But we're not getting any information. And even though Julie said there will not be any, no, they're not coming back, in one of the videos, she didn't say no. She said, I don't know, maybe they'd love to come back. And you see both Danielle and Frankie talk about wanting to come, they would love to come back and have another chance, or they wouldn't mind coming back. Why are they even saying that at all if it's even a point of discussion? Other than unless it's supposed to feed the storyline of this is why they break in the house and use the time laser. I just don't know. We'll find out. In just over 24 hours, many of these questions will be answered. And it'll probably be like, oh, okay, that's all it was. But maybe not. All right, so what else? I kind of think we don't know anything more about the Pluto TV. Those of you that are in Canada, if there are any of you, there's discussion about whether if you can watch the live feeds in Canada. Used to be Canadians could watch the live feeds. And it got a little bit difficult, but you could still do it. But they really kind of made it, I think, even more difficult once Big Brother once Canada had its own version of Big Brother. And so it's not as easy to do anymore. But now that Canada doesn't have live feeds, and with Pluto TV having these free live feeds, it's like, well, maybe they're gonna open them up, or maybe you can watch it. And there's been a couple of people checking it out, and the word is that you can watch USA Pluto TV from Canada if you are using a VPN. Now, I'm going to get technical here for a second, or not get technical, and tell you, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say VPN, if you are confused at all, then maybe you don't need to try to do this. If you know what I'm talking about, you're going like, okay, yeah. I will say that Dingo at hamsterwatch.com, she has information on setting up a VPN. It's usually so you can watch the regular live feeds, but not the free ones. But you could check out that site. You could check it out. I'm sure she'll be testing it as soon as the feeds go live, or have someone test it, and see if you can watch Pluto TV, which means instead of having to pay for both a VPN, which probably runs you like $30 or $40 a year, and a subscription to Paramount Plus, you could just pay for the VPN and then just tune into Pluto TV to watch the show or watch the feeds with commercials. Remember, we already talked about that earlier. So that's an option, a possibility. Again, use Hamster Watch. I personally, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say this quite a bit, at least at the very beginning, I did the affiliate thing. I still am technically an affiliate for the live feeds. I still get the links. I still probably will at some point. I'll say, here's the link if you want to sign up through me. But the amount that we make off of the links anymore, it's very small, and it is just hard to get. And so I kind of took the attitude of, I'm going to let somebody else get it. And Hamster Watch has been doing this forever, and so that's why I've said just go to her to sign up. But sign up to whoever you want. Again, most of you have heard me say this time and time again. But hey, look, this is what you're going to get from me from advertising, is me saying go give somebody else your money if you're going to sign up for the live feeds. Go sign up through affiliate. But whatever you do, do not just go directly to CBS.com and sign up. Make sure you click on a link through somebody on Twitter or through somebody's web page. Big Brother Network is another one that does affiliates. Go to Big Brother Network site, sign up for it, or any of the other ones. There's lots of other ones. They say, here's my link to sign up for the live feeds. Make sure you go through whoever you like, whoever your favorite is, whatever, and click on it and then sign up for the live feeds that way. They don't get a whole lot of money, but they get something, which is more than you know. It's just nice to at least do that much for them. So for me personally, and again, I'm going to give myself one more plug. Patreon is the one thing that I at this point have been kind of promoting. If you want to be a patron, you can do that. Go to patreon.com, bbgossip, BBGOSSIP, sign up to be a patron, and you know, there's that. So, and the other thing is my the advertising that I don't, frankly, folks, I don't know who's hearing the advertising on this thing. It says it's putting advertising on at the end, but I have yet to hear it. So I'm not sure who's hearing the advertising. I may try to, again, slip one in the middle of here somewhere just to see if I could actually hear it. But at this point, I'm not hearing advertising, but I am making, you know, a few pennies every once in a while for advertising supposedly being played. And so, all right, it helps offset my costs for my websites that I have, my costs for this software that I'm using to do this, which keeps going up in price. So that's what that's used for. And then occasionally, I said, take my wife out to dinner, whatever. Keep her happy with me when we do this for 100 days, right? More than 100 days, actually. So there you go. Sorry, got pluggy at the end there. All right, I think the dog and I are going to, come on, Zoe, we're going to head back this way. We're going to walk back to the car. I'm going to go home and cut my lawn. Woohoo. One other thing I did tonight on the drive home too, some of you will know that I did Spaces. I did a Twitter Spaces. It's something I've been doing a little bit of. And it was good tonight. I don't know what happened tonight. It's like, whoa, Twitter Spaces, for those of you that don't know, it's just an audio-only way to talk, and people can join on Twitter, and you can mic up if you're given the opportunity, and I've let people mic up. Ant-Man mic'd up today, and Richard Healy, who, I think I didn't say your last name, Richard, he mic'd up. First time I've ever talked to him, and so we had a brief conversation. And my newfound friend Hash, who's popped in a few other times, who's looking to start up a Twitter community or a Big Brother, wants to talk about Big Brother at his Spaces and stuff. He popped in and helped run it. So the three of us talked, or the four of us, and it was just a weird night. And maybe it's because nothing else is going on, but some of the bigger accounts popped in. Big Brother Junkie, Razor Skates popped in. Mike, hang on. Hold it. Drop my leash. Mike Bloom popped in from Parade, who's been doing stuff. And Big Brother Access popped in. And who else? Anybody else? Oh, the CBS account popped in. I don't know who the people are doing that, but that was kind of cool when you see CBS.com Twitter account pop into your Twitter Spaces. I just have never had that something like that happen before, so it's like, whoa. But again, I don't know who. It's probably, and I'm not going to. No, you know what? I'm not going to guess who it is. Someone there decided to check it out and listen, and they did listen, and they tweeted at us. So that was kind of cool. And we just talked about the same stuff that I just finished talking about, so I will spare you. If you want to go, it's there. You can go back and listen to it and check it out, but I don't think you're going to learn anything new. We've already covered most of it. Oh, I know. We talked about the tube. No, I did talk about the bank teller tube, that it's going to be used to give the house guest messages, right? Did we say that? I don't remember if I said that or not before, but that's what it's going to be used for, to give the house guests messages so they don't have to go into the diary room and pick up a piece of paper and come read it. Yeah, I think I already covered that. All right, we're starting to repeat ourselves, and this will be my last podcast for the evening. We'll talk to you again in the morning. If I have anything left to talk about, I still really need to watch the house guest videos in a little bit more depth to kind of get my feeling for where things are at. But it's very possible in the morning I may just go like, you know what? I've talked myself out for the morning, and I'll catch you on later on in the day. But this is it, the last free night without Big Brother until November. Yeah, hope you make it a good one, and no one tell my dog, because I don't know if I'll be walking her. I will. I take her for walks even when Big Brother's on. That's the nice thing about mobile. You can just do that. All right, we're done talking. Goodbye. Take care, everybody.